What's up, everybody? This is your host, Arden Moore. This is today's Meowy Hour. We got a great guest. We're talking about Dr. Arnie Plotnick, Kathmandu. He's going to be here. The guy has been traveling all over the world pre-COVID, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and more. We got some good prizes today. We're going to talk about Companion Cat World and Teresa Kiger. What is the special breed we're going to spotlight?
Today's breed is the Sphynx.
The Sphynx. All right, and we have a yummy cocktail for you today. It is called the Pretty Kitty I always say it rhymes, kamikaze. See, you shouldn't be able to say kamikaze because that means you're sober, right? So kamikaze shooter. And we're going to have that at the end, and we're going to toast to all cats. As we get people coming in, get your friends on board, men and women. I'm going to share with you a little fun from this book I wrote with Sandra and Harry Korn. It's called Planet Cat. It's a very thick book, so it's a good doorstop. A good to put in the bathroom because you can pick any page and learn something cool about the CATs. But for today's spotlight, we're going to talk about, I'm going to say it, feline superstitions. All right. So, and Arnie, you can jump on this. We'll have you formally introduced in a bit, but I wanted to get your take on some of these superstitions. Number one. If you rub a cat's paw with butter, he will never leave home. What do you think, Arnie? And all your years of veterinary medicine, feline specialist, come on, bring on the butter or the oleo.
It's definitely true. I've recommended this to all of my clients, yes.
You give them a tub of butter, when they adopt?
Yes, you get you get one stick of butter per cat.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because there's tabs of butter and there's tabbies. So I think that's where it started. Don't you think? Yeah. Here's another one, and we're all nervous about anybody around us who's sneezing or coughing these days. But a sneezing cat means good luck for all who hear it. I'm going to put Des on this. What do you think of that one, Des? We got Desiree Bobby, guys, the Director of Marketing for Cat Fanciers Association. What do you think of that one?
Good luck when a cat sneezes?
Yeah, you get good luck.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst. I'm a breeder. It's the worst luck ever. Because if you have one sneeze and then it's going to be a domino effect and everyone's going to sneeze. No.
Okay, here comes another superstition.
Yep.
Kittens born in the month of May bring snakes to the house. Have you, in all your years as an all-cat breed judge and a breeder, Teresa Kiger, editor of Cat Talk, hop in on this one. Do you got some snakes in your house?
Not for long with the cat around.
Snake.
Russian blues are mighty hunters.
Yeah, they do know how to hiss and kill, right? Get it? All right. This is a strange one. I'm going back to Arnie. A cat who was brought into a new home through a window, like we do that all the time, will never leave.
Yeah.
These are real superstitions.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how you get a cat through the window for the very first time, but I don't know. Sounds good.
All right. This one is, if a cat washes his face in front of several people, and they have they're not shy, the first person who looks at that cat will be the next to wed. Anybody want to hop in on that one? That's how I got married.
Well, I would think if that was, yeah. I think if that was true, I would have probably had to divorce many times in order to re-wed. So, and I've never been divorced, so.
There you go. Hey, back to that garden snake. We got Julianne Brooks said her cats killed a garden snake and when they were inside, and the cats and two kittens were growling and guarding it in my bedroom. They learn young, man.
Wow. Oh, I'm so glad you're looking at the chat. Looks like a couple. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
We missed what a couple other people said.
Another person said about cat sneezing, it's bad luck because you have to clean all the cat snot off the walls.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what, though? Be really happy that it's a cat and not a bull mastiff. That's a big snot. All right, we got a couple more just before we get the show started. This one's kind of interesting for all those people that have calicos and the tricolors. A cat of 3 colors will protect you from fire and fevers. So just cancel your health insurance and your home insurance if you got a tortie. Is that right, Teresa?
Well, yeah, because the red represents the fire,
Okay.
and the black represents the fever.
Well,
And
3
then-
colors. So what do you got? White?
You want
White?
white?
The white's the ground color. So yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Imagine
makes
somebody
sense.
calling State Farm saying, I'm sorry, I need to cancel my policy because I'm
No,
protected by my
That's not what
tricolor.
we're gonna do. We're
No,
gonna
no,
call
don't
State
do that,
Farm.
guys. I'm just kidding.
Jake, are you wearing 3 colors?
Yeah. Yeah, Jake from State Farm. All right.
Hideous.
Let's see.
3 colors are hideous. Arnie.
Oh, this is one more. I have a one-eyed cat. So all of you out there that have a one-eyed cat, salute to those guys. Mine's Mort. It says, if you see a one-eyed cat, the superstition is you're supposed to spit on your thumb, stamp it in the palm of your hand, and make a wish. And the wish will come true. Mort, I want to win the lottery, please. Hadn't happened yet.
There's a question here for Arnie
Okay.
from Brad Reason. He says, hi, everyone. Ask Arnie about the superstition of naming a cat Pepper.
All right, Arnie, you're up.
Pepper. I am unaware of this superstition. Really? What does Brad say about this?
Yeah, Brad.
Brad's on Facebook and there's a 20-second delay, so let's see. We might have to come back and check with what he says about Pepper.
Hey, guys, come here. Come here. All right, well, maybe Casey knows. Come on, Casey, come down. Oh, maybe Rusty knows. Hey, everybody, here's one of your co-hosts. This is Rusty, the performer. He's flying around because, you know, it's almost dinner time, and cats are crepuscular. They're active at dawn and dusk. He's active all the time. So anyway, there is another one. If you find a white hair on a black cat, you will have good luck. That's kind of nice.
Well, you know, my lycoi have a melanistic hair, and there's plenty of them. So, you know what? I think my luck may have improved since I started breeding them. So that could be true.
Wow. All right. Well, that's it for superstitions. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys, ripped from the headlines, we're all dealing with COVID, right? And we love that we have cool cats and pets at our home keeping us sane. Well, this just came in the mail. This is in honor of COVID. I have a cat mom shirt. Now that looks kind of cute, right? Now let me rise it up. That's a 2020 with the zeros having a cat mask. It says quarantine, and I was able to fit 3 of my cats' images and their names underneath. What do you guys think of my t-shirt?
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Will you share where you got that from so we can get one?
Life is good.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
right.
So and they do it for dogs, guys, and cats, and they have different colors and slogans, but it's all about cats and the quarantine and COVID. So there you go. That's my big stuff at the beginning. So we're officially starting Meowy Hour. I properly want to be a good host, and at this time, I want to first welcome all of you that are here on Facebook and Zoom. Get other people here. We're going to be giving some prizes away. We're going to have a great time talking to Dr. Arnie Plotnick. He's traveled to 44 countries. He does a lot of good for cats and dogs all over the globe. We're going to learn about the Sphynx. We're going to have talk about Companion Cat World. That's something that Cat Fancier Association has created. It's brilliant. My 2 cats are proud members. And then at the end, we're going to toast to all cats. And today, as you know, I'm a licensed bartender. I came up with the Pretty Kitty I'm going to say this wrong. Kamikaze shooter. Why am I having my cat's got my tongue. So we're going to do the kamikaze shooter tonight, and it's real easy. I think we got the recipe somewhere. Is that right, Teresa? If somebody wanted to grab it, we can
It'll be
post it
posted to the CFA Facebook page.
It will be posted to the CFA Facebook page. Thank you, Teresa. So at this time, before we introduce Arnie, we're going to have our first giveaways. So we have a general trivia question, and we're going to pick 2 winners. One winner is going to get a copy of my brand new book. It's called A Kid's Guide to Cats, and it has a lot of DIYs and good things about cats. My favorite page is 129. You're going to love this one. He says it's a cat butt. And he says, I got a doozy for you, because we're talking about proper litter things. And it stars throughout the pages pet safety cat Casey, who's up in my tiny house right now flying around. But he has something to say to all the people here. So we're going to give an autographed copy of this book. The other book that I'm going to give away is my book called Fit Cat. Think of this book as your guide to the 21st century cat. And we have everything from dealing with senior cats and kittens, things with nutrition, pet first aid, you know, that's a big one for me, and a little bit about their behavior. There's a thing in here about cat face geometry. It's kind of a folklore, but there are some people who believe that cats that aren't pedigree, their cat face, their shape of their face may be something that would detect their personality. It's not 100%. So the triangle cat is, and jump in here on this, Teresa, triangle cats are more active and athletic, like maybe a Siamese or an Abyssinian. The round cats are like the Persian. They kind of like being homebodies and quiet. And the square cats are like the Maine Coon. They're kind of mellow. They can be in a house with dogs and cats. I was on TV one time and I said, it's like they smoked a joint, and they're like, dude, I'm okay. Bring on the noise. So it's not a full proof, but it's just something that is a folklore. And I wanted to get, Teresa's looking at me like, why are you talking about that?
No, I'm thinking, and part of that too has to do with how the various breeds developed and their body types. Your Southeast Asian cats are all very active, and they all have the spectrum of body type. Your European-based breeds are a heavier body type, like the Chartreux, like the British Shorthair, and they all have that similar temperament. So when you think of it in that respect, it's not that the body type causes all of the personality.
It's just right. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so here comes the trivia question for you guys, and I'm making it easy for you. It's a true or false. So get your answers in. Des is going to read the winners at the end. We're going to pick one winner for the Fit Cat book and one winner for the A Kid's Guide to Cats. The question is this. True or false? Pumpkin is a fruit, and it's safe to give to cats. Is that true or false? Is pumpkin a fruit? I see smoke coming out of everybody's ears. Are you starting to light up the boards, Des? True or false? Is pumpkin a fruit? Now, what I can tell you while you're giving that 50-50 chance of winning, pumpkin is actually loaded with fiber, vitamin C, potassium, and beta carotene. And I know a lot of us use it as a home remedy when our cat is having trouble either dropping a deuce or is having a river. And so there's something magical about pumpkin that will help them with their bathroom habits. The key thing though, and I'm going to have Arnie jump in here in a second, please read the label. It needs to be canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filler, because it's just jacked with too much sugar. step up, Dr. Arnie. Tell us about that, because that's really key.
Yeah, no, that's true. And when I learned it in vet school, I thought it was weird, but cats who are carnivores seem to like the taste of pumpkin. And my professor was like, canned pumpkin, and it's good for, as you said, good for diarrhea or constipation because the fiber absorbs excess water. So if the poop is very watery, the fiber will mix in and will absorb some of that water and firm things up. If the poop is very hard, it gets in there with the poop and then it draws water into the hard poop and softens it up. So yeah, it does double duty.
Double doo-doo or double duty?
So to speak.
So you just got the scoop on pumpkin and poop from, and this is a perfect segue. I am so proud and honored, everyone. Let's give a round of pause and applause to the one and only Dr. Arnold Plotnick. He is Catmandu. Many of you knew him and still know him. He contributes regularly to Catster magazine. He and I met years ago, 7,000 years. I don't know what it is in cat years, Arnie, but I was the editor of Catnip, which is a publication through Tufts University School of Veterinary Medicine, and Arnie was my medical editor. I've gotten to see him many times. He had a practice, Manhattan cat specialist, in New York City, and many of his clients were Broadway stars, but he made stars out of kittens and cats that needed homes by showcasing them in his front window of his office, his hospital clinic, and got people adopted. He sold the practice in 2017, and you didn't retire, dude. You refired. So people are starving to travel with COVID. So one of your missions today is give us a sense of the world. This man has been to how many countries, Arnie?
44 countries, yeah.
Wow, wow.
And I kind of started late too, but I really made up for it.
Well, guys, write this down. This is a perfect website. You would think his website would say, I love cats, or I'm a cat vet. No, no, no. His website is called Leisure Commando. Leisure Commando. And tell us about how you got that name and what are some of the elements on that page. I love it.
Well, I had a blog called Catmandu, and it was a lifestyle blog, but mostly focused on feline medicine. And after I retired and started expanding my interests more in travel and photography and books and stuff like that, I gave it a reboot. And basically, I'm sort of exploring as many leisure activities as I can. Commando, traveling all over the world, trying out all the different fun things that you can find in all these different countries. And that's the name I came up with.
Well, I like it. And with the help of Teresa Kiger, we're going to show some slides of Arnie's travels. Don't worry, it's not like that typical thing when we were kids and moms and dad gathered us all and we had to do, what were those little slide projector things? Remember that? Click, 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 click. We're not going to do that to you guys, we promise. And Dr. Arnie is going to be here to answer some questions too about cats. He is one of the very best feline veterinarians in the world. And he sold his practice, but he's still helping cats in Thailand and dogs in Guyana. He hasn't stopped being a medicine man to our beautiful pets. So if with the help of Teresa, I think I got it right. Slide 8, we should see Morocco. Ooh, I wish I had like a turban or a flying carpet right now. Can you tell us about Morocco and the cats of Morocco, Arnie?
This cat's name is Ruby. Ruby came as part of the hotel room that I stayed in.
Really?
Yeah, in the place that I stayed, there was a house cat, and the owner said, you may see her around. And I said, listen, this is a big selling point for me, So, she would come into the hotel room and keep me company. And they had a very lovely roof deck, you can see, with this expansive
Wow, what a beautiful, yeah.
Bangladesh, yeah, and she'd come up on the roof, and you can see what a sweetheart she is. And yeah, that's me and Ruby having some quality time.
You know, I do think that cats know you dig cats and you speak cat, don't you think?
Yeah, I've come to realize that they can just tell. They can tell good friend or foe, and they can tell right away I am a friend.
And speaking of friends, at the end too, if we can, you have a beautiful girl at home named Glitter, and I don't know if she's even around. Let's see if she'll come to you.
She made an appearance before. Now she went back to her little window perch. Glitter, honey, come here. Yes, here's the hand. Come to the hand. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, she's.
How old is Glitter?
She's 4 years old. I can't believe she's 4. I got her as a little kitten, and she's a sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart. Love her.
I love the name. How did you get the name?
I don't know. I just was looking through a list of potential cat names, and there were just tons. The moment I saw Glitter, I said, "Oh, that's a cool name. That's a cool name." And she learned it right away. And, you know, I do a lot of photography now, and she is my muse. She will pose. I've taken hundreds and thousands of pictures of her. She's very, very agreeable, very photogenic.
Well, one of the photos on Leisure Commando, you did a blog on Glitter. You used a special app called Pip on a camera, and tell us what was the thing you captured.
You know, this Pip camera. Actually, when you brought it up before, I tried to do it again. They have these little, you know, you can put your face in a little bottle, like a chip in a bottle, and a drop of water. I did it again, and it got glitter in a.
Do a ship in, I mean, a vodka bottle? I could be in a vodka bottle.
Not actually a vodka bottle. Oh, you had that right nearby, didn't you, Arden?
Oh yeah.
Like this,
that worries me.
so this one has in a little glass. You know.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool app. I think it's a free app, and yeah, you can get creative with that.
All right. With Teresa's help, we're gonna go to Greece. Greece for 200. All right. Let's see. She's gonna pull it back up.
Oh, I'm cut off. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes. That was in Mykonos.
Mykonos.
Yeah, you know, Greece there are cats everywhere, and they're really friendly, and the people treat them very nicely, and it was just a treat. You know, besides the weather and the scenery is beautiful, and then everywhere you go, there's a cat in every store and every shop. It's great.
Are cats pretty feel pretty safe in Greece, like that people love them and feed them, and it seems like they went right up to you.
Yes.
The one cat's got his back to you.
Greece and Turkey, even more so in Turkey. I mean,
really?
Yeah, these street cats are the healthiest cats I've ever seen. You know, in Turkey, they're just everybody's feeding them. Everybody knows them and loves them. You probably saw that movie Kedi that showed.
Oh yeah.
The Turkish folks love their street cats, but it's the same in Greece too.
Okay. Well, I know you like to travel for leisure, and you said there's a quote on your website that you no longer live for the weekend because you were a multi-hour veterinarian at a very active veterinary hospital in New York City. But you say life is one continuous weekend. But you're not a party animal only. I mean, let's talk about, if we can, Teresa, let's go to the 2 slides. Here we are in Thailand, and I see a newspaper I cannot read the language on. So what's going on there?
Well, you know, after I retired, even though I stopped seeing client-owned animals, I did miss working with animals, and I started volunteering for an organization called Mission Rabies. They have a lot of projects, and they're mostly dog-centered. And, you know, like most cat people, love dogs too. Prefer cats. I love dogs. And so I did these projects, and I met someone on one of these projects who works for the Worldwide Veterinary Service, and I told them I really like cats too, and they said, oh, well, at our veterinary center in Thailand, we often have cat-related projects. So I said, sign me up. And they were doing this project. It was a spay and neuter project for cats, and they were going to let the local shelters and cat rescuers know that for this week that I was going to be there to get their cats ready and bring them in, and I'd be there to help spay and neuter. And so I spent a week there. Had wonderful people, talented technicians, and really sweet cats there.
I love this picture. Tell us what's going on there. I love your surgery hat.
This was, we had an assembly line going. They had a very well-oiled machine. Their staff very well choreographed. They would anesthetize a cat, prep it, bring it over. I would do the spay or the neuter. They take it away and they bring another, and that cat would go to the recovery area. And they just lined them all up. And this was the recovery area. And
nice.
And after I was done, I went over to see how they're all doing. They're all a little groggy. They're all in the process of waking up. But we would do 25, 30 cats a day.
Wow.
So by the time I left there, we had done quite a few cats in the community.
So when you were there, in addition to the cats, what's something cool that maybe people don't know about Thailand? If we ever get lifted of the COVID and we want to start traveling again, what was something you really liked about Thailand?
Well, there was Bangkok, which I've been to before. This is Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is not as crazy and hectic. It's a nice, mellow place, and on practically every street corner is some Buddhist temple. One of those temples here would be a huge deal, and here it's a dime a dozen.
It's like a McDonald's here, right?
It's like a McDonald's, and you walk in and it's peaceful and quiet, and there's a big statue of the Buddha, and you can and anywhere you go, you can just stop, hop into a place, sit and reflect on how lucky you are to be there and how wonderful the world is. And so I like that there's this air of calm spirituality throughout the whole city. It's very good for your mental health.
I agree. We're going to go south of the border now to Puerto Vallarta. You want to pop that screen up there? I love this picture of you, Arnie. Look at the bliss in your face.
Yeah, well, Puerto Vallarta is a beach resort town, and I've been there 5 or 6 times. There's the vibe there is wonderful. There's this perfect combination of locals and tourists, and you get the feeling of a beach resort town, but there's also some local culture, and there are a lot of kitties just walking around. And,
Bonita gato, aquí. I'm trying my Spanish.
I called this kitty over, and again, somehow they just seem to know that you've got a friend here. And you can see this cat just came right over and sat right down next to me. I had an instant new friend, and that always.
You didn't do shots of tequila with him or do a jalapeno or anything with him, did you?
No comment.
All right. And you talked a little bit about earlier Istanbul. So let's go to Turkey. This is a slide of some cats at a gate that they heard Kathmandu was coming from America. Take a look at this one. Oh, next one. I think before that.
Oh, yeah.
Was there a cat at the gate or did I miss it?
That was my little glitter.
Yeah, we're going to get glitter. If not, don't worry. It might have been picture F, slide F. F, if you see it. There you go. I mean, seriously, guys, you are not a chick magnet. You're a cat magnet.
Yeah, this was off of Istiklal Street, which is the main drag in Istanbul. Everybody goes there at night, and it's a big, long street with all the shops and restaurants. And down this little alleyway was a pretty nice looking house, and there were cats roaming around, and I went over to the gate, knelt down, and boom, I was surrounded by kids.
Oh man, look at the headbutt you're getting.
Yep, these kind of things, they totally brighten my day. This improves my trip like 1,000%.
All right, and then let's, you're now home, and we just saw Glitter live, but if Teresa would, let's see, I think it's a picture of Glitter when Glitter was a kitten.
Yes, I saw that one.
That one. Oh my gosh, look how tiny, how big is Glitter now? How much does Glitter weigh now?
Looking at her here, she's probably 13 pounds or so.
Okay, but look at that little pocket pal you got on you.
I know, I got her. She was the cutest little kitten, so cute. And now she's grown into a really affectionate, sweet cat. And now that
How did you get her? How did you get her?
well, she was at my, you can't work at my hospital and escape without taking a cat.
Okay.
And, I've always had girl cats, and I've been open to having a boy cat. We had a little litter of 4 cats. It was dropped off, and I said, 3 girls and 3 boys and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the cage, and this one cat came right over to me and shoved her face in my hand there, and that happened to be the Glitter, the only girl in the bunch, of course. So I guess I have a thing for girl cats, and I was willing to take a boy, but now the girl came through.
Yeah. So I know you're still doing some veterinary work, helping places all around the world, but what's happened to you now with COVID? I know everything's kind of parked. You do have a place in Amsterdam, but what's going on there?
Yeah, well, the pandemic has put a little damper on travel for a while, which is a bummer, but I do like to go to Amsterdam a lot. And when I go to the Poezenboot, which is this cat sanctuary.
What is that? Poezenboot?
The Poezenboot is the cat boat, and it's a sanctuary that is on a boat that is permanently moored on the single canal.
Wow.
And I wrote an article about it for Catnip magazine, I think when you were the editor. And then I wrote an article for Cat Fancy, now Catster. And I became friends with a woman, Judith, who kind of runs the place. And every time I'm there, I pop in and I say hi, give them a little donation, take pictures of the kitties. So when I'm away from my own cat there, I get my kitty cat fix by popping into the Poezenboot.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's put on hold, but as soon as the travel restrictions lift, I'll be there again.
Okay. You worked very, very hard at the Manhattan Cat Specialist, and I've had the opportunity to get to see you in action a few times. Broadway stars would pop in with their cats and other people that of all different walks. What is it about cats that said, I want to devote my career to caring for and providing medical care for cats?
Well, I've always liked them. And, when I was doing my internship at Penn, people knew that I liked them, and so some folks were not all that comfortable with cats as they were with dogs. So if a cat case came in, they were like, "Oh, give it a Plotnick, he likes it." And it sort of became the thing to just kind of shove it off to me. So I became kind of more proficient with them. And the same thing happened in my residency in Colorado. I was doing a residency in internal medicine, and all the tricky cat cases, they were sending them to me because they knew I liked them, and it just kind of feeds on itself. And before you knew it, I was just kind of known as the cat guy there, and I realized that as much as I love dogs and I love the internal medicine, I just have this affinity with cats. And I do, my training was mostly endocrinology, and dogs have very interesting endocrine diseases that I was sort of sorry to have to give up treating, but this feeling for cats and all the intricacies, a lot of cats get the short shrift, they're like, they're treated like small dogs, and cats are very, very different, and they have their own unique personalities, their own set of illnesses, and you really need the kind of expertise. You have to really care about what's going on with the cat, and I did, and it worked out very well for me.
Well, using him as a model, come here, Casey. Come here, buddy. Casey has a question for you, Arnie. On your Leisure Commando, you do blogs. Guys, you got to check it out. He does travel blogs, cat blogs, a lot of different things, music. He reads tons of books. But there was a question, a blog you did about the orange tabby, and the person's question was, I've heard that all orange tabby cats are male, and to find one who is female, it's rare and worth up to $1,000.
No.
He wants to know the scoop. What is the scoop?
There may be some confusion with the calico thing and the orange thing, but calicos, actually not even just calicos, torties, black and orange together in a cat will be a girl. 1 out of 3,000 will be a boy, but basically just about all calicos, all torties are female.
Okay.
Orange cats, 80% are boys, 20% are girls, and not the rarest things in the world, and they're not worth any extra money. So, but it's orange girl cats are not as common, but I've seen dozens. I've only seen 2.
I think orange tabbies, male or female, are priceless, as all cats, right? Amen, sister. Amen, Dr. Arnie.
I love orange kitties. I used to have one.
Yep. He's my first orange tabby ever.
Really?
Yeah. And he's on track with you, not countries, but Casey, as my pet safety cat, has actually traveled to 13 states by car and plane to help me teach first aid and behavior.
Which is amazing because, dogs travel really well, but cats are real homebodies. They're not so comfortable leaving their environment. So
he loves his pet stroller, and he will give a conversation to anybody. He got to be at the the Cat Writers Association last year, the contest. We were the co-MCs. He did a nose touch to every woman that won the competition prize, and he did a paws up to every dude on stage at the lectern.
Well, you train them early, right? You get them used to traveling right away. That's the secret. The secret. So you've done well.
Well, it's time to let the cat out of the bag. I know you guys have questions. This is arguably one of the top feline medicine veterinarians on the planet. So with the help of Des, we've got some questions, if you don't mind, Arnie. We really appreciate you being here. So do you have some questions for Arnie? Type them in. We're ready, or call them in, however we do it. Take it away, Des.
Okay. So on Zoom, we have a question from Louise Runts. I apologize if I'm saying your names wrong. Our cat keeps having sinus blockage. We have had her sinus flushed by our vet several times. This has been happening for over a year. We have found that no sinus medication or nose drops or ear drops help. Antibiotics clear it up for a couple months and she blocks up again. What do you recommend?
Sinus blockage. So it's, some cats, some purebred cats with little smashed in faces and tiny nostrils are sometimes prone to problems like this simply because anatomically they have little tiny air passages. But there are some cats who have called chronic sinusitis. They call it rhinosinusitis. And these are frustrating cases where they're always sneezy and snuffly. You can sometimes get them feeling better with antibiotics, but you usually get them when they have a flare-up. You put them on antibiotics and get them down to their normal low level of sneezy snuffeliness. In severe cases, sometimes anti-inflammatory drugs like steroids will make them feel better. But there are some cats who, when they're youngsters, if they've developed some damage in their nasal passages, they are destined to spend the rest of their lives chronically sneezy, snuffly, congested. And it's not life-threatening. They get used to it. During flare-ups, you can help them, but there's no permanent cure for that one, sadly.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you, Arnie, Dr. Arnie.
Yes. We have one from Tracy Santos, and Tracy asks, our Sphynxes, I don't know what the plural for Sphynx is, our Sphynx, Cyrus and Jeff, have loved us being home over the last few months of quarantine. However, we worry that they will have a very difficult time with the change when we eventually return to our offices and aren't working from home anymore. What can we do to help to make this transition less stressful for them? Oh, little baby, quit working.
I know.
Win that lottery. Spit on your hand with the one-eyed cat. You got it.
I thought the same thing too. I used to have 2 kitties. One of them passed away. It was an older cat, and now it's just Glitter. And Glitter is very happy having both of us home. And I worry the same thing when we're gone. And you know, it's sometimes with separation anxiety, they try to condition animals, dogs, to that by you leave for an hour and then you come back, and then you leave for like longer and then you come back. And I'm wondering if you did something like that, knowing that the permanent workday was going to happen, if you started kind of easing them into it, maybe it would be better. The fact that you've got 2 of them and they've got each other company, that's key. I was worried because I only have 1, and so definitely would be lonely. But at least with 2 of them, I think that helps. But I think if you can sort of gradually get them used to you being gone over a couple days, that might help.
And what are some signs, because cats are not like dogs. Dogs will just emote on stage as an actor. But what are some little subtle signs that you can point out to our folks that this cat is being stressed out? What are some things to be on the lookout for?
Well, over grooming is really cats who are stressed out. Grooming is a comfort behavior. And so when cats are a little stressed out, they comfort themselves by grooming like crazy. And you may see symmetrical hair loss as they groom like crazy on the left and they groom like crazy on the right. And so, so that's one of them. And cats will stop eating at the drop of a hat, really, if they get upset and stuff. So if you see changes in appetite, changes in sleeping pattern, cats are really good at hiding that something is bothering them. Trying to make their environment more interesting to them, to enrich their environment in anticipation that their environment may get boring or stressful, that can help. So more toys, perches where they can hang out in higher places. They like to look.
Don't you have one right now for Glitter?
She is asleep on her little window perch, and I actually got her a second window perch on the other side of the house to give her more variety. Because
I want to come back and be your cat.
We used to have 2 cats, and we'll probably get a second one. But for now, I don't think she's lonely, but because we're here all the time. But I do think she's a little bored. And so I play with her as much as I can, but I put up that second window perch to help mitigate some boredom. And if she's not at the one right here that I'm looking at, then I know she's at the other one. So it works.
All right. We have time for one more question, Des, if you got one.
The person who asked about that, Louise, she also wants to know, what do you recommend for over-grooming? Is there anything that can be done to help support the cat?
Well, as always, you find the root cause and try to treat the root cause. If you can't, then again, trying to enrich their environment, distracting them from the over-grooming with toys and things like that. But sometimes you have to put them on some medication that helps with the stress, like little kitty Prozac or Elavil, which I don't really like doing, but sometimes that becomes like an obsessive compulsive type disorder, and Prozac works great for that. You can often wean them right off of it, and so that may have to be done if they are over grooming. Putting a Elizabethan collar to physically stop them oftentimes gets them even more stressed out. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Some people do, but I don't recommend it.
All right. Hey guys, hopefully Dr. Arnie's, you're going to stick around because you're going to have a cocktail with us, right?
Yes, I'm dying to see your recipe come to life.
All right. At this time, I would love to introduce you to Teresa Kiger. She is a CFA, Cat Fancier Association all-breed judge, and she is also the editor of Cat Talk, a great magazine. And Teresa's going to talk about the Sphynx. We just had the Sphynx on, so let's learn more about the Sphynx.
All right, here we go. Let me get this started. And okay, can you see this is screen showing properly?
Yes.
See that beautiful naked girl there?
No, I have clothes on, thank you, but you know,
No.
okay.
This is actually this is really one of the finest Sphinx that has ever been shown. Her name is Super Duper Fly. She was Kitten of the Year several years ago.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Sphynx breed is a spontaneous mutation. The original kitten was born to a domestic female. Now, what a spontaneous mutation is just a random change in the DNA, and it may or may not change appearance, and with Sphynx it obviously did. From this cat, from this cat and several other completely naked cats that were found elsewhere, breeders started working to develop a breed, and they bred these cats to domestic cats to, further the breed. Now, because the Sphynx is a naked cat, people think that it's a fragile cat. Nothing could be further from the truth. They are anything but fragile. They're a medium-sized cat with very sturdy boning and a good muscular body. The standard calls for a belly that's full, not fat, but full. Here we have a kitten on your left and a female on your right. Now, a lot of people who've never seen a Sphynx wonder, what do they feel like? And each Sphynx varies a little bit. There's a spectrum. The body goes all the way from feeling like wrinkly butter. They're completely naked, no fur whatsoever. And then you have little tiny short down, kind of like peach fuzz or hot suede water balls, the description that I really, really like. And then if you look at the girl here on the right, you'll see that she's got some amount of fur over here on her, there we go, over here on her tail. That happens. Sometimes we'll see Sphynx, oops, touch the screen, with fur on their tail, on their ears, just funny little sparse spots. What I really like about this kitten on the left, the photo on the left there, is it really shows the lemon-shaped eyes. They're full around and around in the center, and then they're pointed here on either end. Also, look at the wrinkles. Both of these photos show that wrinkling effect that we really want to see in a Sphynx. Any color or pattern is possible with the Sphynx. And here we have, on the left, one color, two colors, three colors, and that's kind of how they're judged. But any color or pattern is possible. You'll see tortoiseshell Sphynx, you'll see the bicolor Sphynx. And again, you can see the wrinkles. Look here on the shoulder, on the neck, here on the head. It's just wrinkles everywhere. And some have really even more wrinkles than most. Sphynx are natural clowns, and I think these two.
That's good.
Isn't that great?
I like it.
Yeah, they're natural clowns, and they love to show off. They love to goof around. I love this photo here on the bottom with this girl that's just stretchy down. And you can see that firm body. You can see that full body. You can see the wrinkles all the way up in the neck. And then you've got this doofball up here, rolling in the cat.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
The thing I really like about this photo, though, is look at his feet. Look at those toe beans.
Wow.
Keep touching my Wacom tablet here. Sphynx feet have slightly larger knuckles and definitely bigger toe pads than most cats. Mm-hmm. Think about it. They don't have fur on the bottom of their feet. So they don't have that extra protection that most cats would have. So they've developed a little bit thicker sole of the shoe, as it were, and that helps protect them. And here you see all those wrinkles in this guy just kind of laying around on his belly. Oh, we got more wrinkles. God. People ask what they're like and do they get cold? Well, the answer is all cats have a warmer body. Their internal temperature is 102 as opposed to our 98.6. So they like to be a little warmer than us. But Sphynx even more so. And that also means they're natural heat seekers for that reason. And it's just an excuse to them.
Those are adorable pictures. Oh my gosh. I feel the love. Look at that.
Oh, well, I mean, curling up here in the blanket they can't curl up with their owners, then curling up in the blanket is the next best thing.
What do you think of that image, Dr. Arnie? What do you think of them?
I had a couple of Sphynx in the practice, and one client brought in her carrier, and I took out this overweight, big, pink cat. And I said, I feel like I'm looking at a giant testicle here. This is what it looked like.
I hope his name wasn't Tesla.
Here's the deal with Sphynx. Look at that face. If this girl haven't been fed in 5 years, you can't resist that.
I would do anything they said. Look at the face. They just look right through you, right to you, man, right to your heart.
They're really sweet. And we had one that it was hairless, but it had bumps on the bridge of the nose.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. And let me go back because I had that in my eyes. That is a trait of all Sphynx. That is the one spot.
Very cute.
Except for, it comes back here. There we go. That's the one spot that they will have hairs, right there on the bridge of the nose.
It's the cutest thing ever.
That's so cool.
The cutest thing ever.
Yeah, and I liked this picture because on the kitten here, you can really see that fur.
Yep.
Right there. Yep.
That's good. All right.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
People ask too. They think, Sphynx, they're naked cats. What is there? There's nothing to groom. They would be wrong. Because they have no fur, there's nowhere for the body oil to go except settle on the skin. So they do require a wipe down every now and then, and a bath every now and then. Now, what a lot of breeders do will be to put a smock or a loose shirt on, made for the cat, like this thing here on the left, and that keeps the oil. That absorbs the oil and keeps it from getting on the furniture. And let's face it, they're just plain fun to dress up.
They dress better than I do, so that's that's a.
You may recognize Farrah Posset.
Yeah, from last week, Dr. Arnie, we had Farrah Posset, and who's Jamie Panikin is the a person her human, and we had Janice Garza with her Somali Summer. So yeah, I'm digging the outfits.
Yeah, I love that sweater. I think that's one.
Another thing too is people think, I'm allergic to cats, so I'll get a Sphynx because they don't have fur, and that is not true. That is a myth.
Have saliva.
Don't fall for that one. It's the saliva, and it's the saliva. They'll still groom themselves and put saliva on their skin, and when the saliva flakes off into little bits of dander, if you're allergic to that, you'll react.
So that's our breed of the week.
Nice job.
The Sphynx.
And I was glad we could add a little bit with Arnie, Dr. Arnie, and we've got the loci here. Come on, let's talk about what you got there in your. Who do you have in your hands right now, Desiree?
This is a Sphynx and his brother, the half Sphynx.
Wow.
These are brothers. Well, the blue one's a girl, so.
Yeah. What are their names?
Girl and her brother. So, well, they don't have names yet because their owners will name them. But so I just wanted to show you quickly that, the Sphynx hairlessness is recessive. So these are siblings. Their mother is naked and their father is coated. So the father's an F1 and the mom's a purebred Sphynx. So we get half and half from them.
Awesome. Thank you, Des. I think, Teresa, you have another question for a giveaway, and I'm not sure what the giveaway is, but take it away.
Okay. Well, we talked, when we think about our various breeds and their body types and that kind of thing, we often think about, well, how did their environment and their, the country where they developed, how did that influence their bodies? So my trivia question today, where did the Sphynx come from? Where did the Sphynx originate from?
I was going to say Paducah, Kentucky, but I don't think that's right.
That would not be correct.
Why? Why Paducah?
I don't know. So obviously I'm not going to win anything.
No, sorry. You're not
What's the
eligible.
prize? What's the prize? This will help people determine how hard they're going to Google to find the answer.
Do you have a prize? I can throw one in if you want.
I think you're going to throw one in.
This is how we do it, folks. We help each other out here on this Meowy Hour show. Okay. You guys want to know about cats and you want to keep them safe? I teach an all veterinary approved class using Zoom. We have a class for cats, cat first aid, Sunday from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's normally $40. You get a course book and you get trained by not only me, but my ginger boys, Casey and Rusty. And this is your chance to get first aid certified. We give you a course book. Come on. Do this for your cat. Arnie, what do you think? Do you think it would be a good giveaway?
Hey,
and there's bad jokes in class too, because I don't make it boring, I promise.
You've been doing this for years, Arden. Your first aid class is terrific. Yes, it'd be crazy to pass up a chance like this.
So I'm going to let you pick a winner, but I will send you the Zoom link and everything, guys, but the class is from 12 to 3 Sunday. We're going to pick a winner. And you're going to get to do something really cool for your cat. We teach what happens if they got a thread or yarn in their throat. How do you do kitty CPR? Why don't you, how to stay away from some of the household cleaners. Arnie can talk about that, ammonia and bleach, which we're cleaning now, which are really bad for cats. So we talk about a lot of things that are practical. And I hope somebody will pony up, and if we get a winner for that, we'll be willing to take the class. We have a backup date of August 23rd, but you got a winner already? Can they make it? They got to make the class.
Des, we got a winner?
Yeah, I got winners.
You got winners?
I got winners.
Okay.
I'm a winner. I gotta pay for the kibble. So
someone said New Jersey was the place that they originated from.
Oh, you would think New Jersey. You would think Mexico. You would think Egypt.
So what is the? Does somebody have the answer?
But no, the Sphynx breed originated from Toronto, Canada.
Hey,
And
I got. So
and
she
then
said the
I
winner
think
gets the
another
first
cat
aid
was
class.
from Minnesota.
Okay, so who gets the winner, you have to be able to take the class. It's Sunday, 12 to 3 Eastern. These guys will send me your information. I'll send you the Zoom link, and you're going to have a great time. The 3 hours will go like that. And you're going to get a course book, bad jokes, and Casey and Rusty are going to help you become good to your cat. So,
okay.
Do we have a winner?
I have all 3 winners from today whenever you're ready for them.
Okay, well, before we leave, we got to salute all cats, and we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left, so I'm a licensed bartender. I better get on the stick. Today's cocktail is called the Pretty Kitty Kamikaze Shooter, and it's real easy. All you do is you take a little cocktail shaker, you put ice in it. Then your first ingredient is 1.5 shots of vodka. I prefer let me show you. The potato, I'm on a mirror image, potato vodka. I like that. So here goes the 1.5 shots. We're going 1.5. And then you need to get an orange liqueur. And you can do a triple sec, or you can do the Cadillac, a Cointreau. And you do a 1/2 shot of that. And you give it a little bit of a shake. What did I do with my lid? There it is. And you take a shooter glass. And you just pour it in there. And you squirt a little lime in it. And if you have a wide mouth shooter, you can dress it up with a lime. I want everybody at this time, please raise your glass, whether it's water, tea, warm milk. What are you drinking, Arnie, Dr. Arnie?
I'm drinking green tea.
Green tea?
Iced green tea.
And I want us all to toast to all cats all over the planet. They make us better humans.
Here, here.
Here, here.
You're here, you're here, you're here.
And we will post the recipe for you guys. It's really quick. You can put it as a cocktail, but I'm just doing it as a shooter. Potato vodka I like. It's kind of smooth. Glitter, come here, baby. You can't have any alcohol, but you're looking really good.
It's on the CFA Facebook page.
Oh, that's right. The recipe is on the cocktails on the CFA Facebook page. Before we finish, a couple of things. Let's give pause and applause for Dr. Arnold Plotnick for being our special guest. Woo! Let's give a shout.
Thanks, Arnie. Glitter.
Hi, Glitter. And let's give a big shout out to everybody here at CFA. We got Desiree Bobby, we got Teresa Kiger, Kathy Black. A lot of folks are really helping us put this show together. I want to thank my ginger boys, Rusty and Casey, who are flying around my backyard office right now. Can't get them on camera right now. Next week, our special guest is Dr. Marty Becker. And he's going to talk about the fear-free pet movement. And he's pretty cool. You know Dr. Marty. We've been buddies for many years.
For years, yes.
Yeah. So I have to warn you in advance. He and I, when we get together, we get into a pun-off. So there's going to be really bad jokes. So I just want to warn you. Also, please join. CFA has a new program, Companion Cat World. Casey and Rusty are proud card-carrying members. We're going to have to get Mittens on board. Tell us quickly, Desiree, what CCW means as I sip my kamikaze.
So CCW is Companion Cat World. So, CFA has been preserving pedigree breeds since 1906, but there's, 5% of the population of cats in the world are pedigree, but we have 95, what did I say, 5,000? 5%. So we have 95% of the cats in the world are non-pedigree cats. So CFA celebrates all cats. So Companion Cat World is the way for people to join CFA, for cats to join CFA.
Yeah, and my cats are really cool. They love it. They love it. They tell all their friends. They tell all their friends.
So the cats get their card. The cat's membership picture is on the CFA website. So it's not your name. If you show it, the human's name is on the card. Just so people know. But the cat is the member. So it's $13 and that's for life.
All right. Yep. People have been very patient. Thank you, guys. Please go to Leisure Commando. Find out what Dr. Arnie Plotnick is up to. And at this time, before we bid adieu, we're going to announce the winners. You take it away, Des.
Okay. So we have the Fit Cat book. And that's going to, oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, so Tracy Santos, you win the kitten. Tracy Santos wins the kitten. Woo! What? Actually, this is her kitten.
Oh, okay.
This is hers. Anyway, so she won what did she win? The Fit Cat book.
Okay. And you'll send me info. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll get her info for you. Cheryl Boyer, you won this kitten. No, just kidding.
Arnie's got my book. Look at this. Wait a minute. Come on, Arnie. Thank you.
I've got this book. Yes.
So Cheryl Boyer won the first aid class.
Yay! Send you all the info tomorrow. I'll give you the Zoom link. Everything cool. All right.
And then Brad Nedick won the Kids Guide to Cats.
I love this book. I have so much fun writing it.
There you go.
For the good knowledge. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Des. Send me that, and we'll get these all out to you guys. So until next time, it's same cat time, same cat channel. Let's toast to our cats, and we'll see you next week on Meowy Hour.
Yay,
thanks, everyone.
Thanks for joining.
We'd love to hear any feedback. If you send some messages to CFA through Facebook or to media@cfa.org. Give us your feedback. We'd love to know maybe some topics you're interested in hearing, people you'd like to see, things like that.
And you guys you rocked it. Take it away, everybody. Thank you, Arnie. I miss you. Mwah.
Thanks. Nice meeting you, Arnie. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.